Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nico, and I'm stoked that you're here. I have a hair in my mouth. I'm here today to just talk about a couple of my September favorites. Some of these items are new, some of them are kind of like old favorites that I rediscovered this month, or was going through like my makeup collection and was just like, oh, how did I forget you? How did I do this? Why? So I think I was gonna start off with a little bit of skincare. First thing I wanted to talk about is the High Potency Nitamins by Origins. This is the oil-free renewal cream, and I love this. I love how it smells. Oh my gosh, it's citrusy. I love anything that smells like citrus or orange. Orange, like, oh, I love it. So this, it helps with my skin turnover. It helps with me looking like brighter and bouncier in the morning and just a little bit more lifelike, and I love it. My skin has been doing really, really great, and I'm really happy with it. I think it's partially due to the weather. Here is a significantly different type of weather. It's not like humid and gross. It's a dry, kind of like heat or cold and stuff like that. So it's just, it's great. The mountain air doing things for me, but I do want to credit that a little bit as well. I've been on a real Kiehl's kick lately. There's so many things that I love from Kiehl's already and have most likely talked about or used in my daily regimen and stuff like that. Their regular moisturizer, or the ultimate moisturizing cream, whatever it is, that one is one of my all-time favorite moisturizers. It is so good. It's like rich and hydrating without being too thick, and it's not too oily. It's just like, oh, it's so good. It's an amazing everyday moisturizer. I don't know about people who have oily skin, but for my dry skin, great everyday moisturizer. I love that. The Midnight Recovery Botanical Cleansing Oil, which has squalane, which I don't know what that is, evening primrose oil, and lavender essential oils. Now, the thing with an oil-based cleanser is that I hear a lot of people, it causes them to break out, and I do have sensitive skin. I am susceptible to breakouts. Like, sometimes I do get really, really bad breakouts. The thing is with an oil, the way that I use it is I don't even wet my face. I just put some in my hands, rub it all over, loosen up all of my makeup, and then rinse it off. And if that were my last step, well, I would have like this oily residue left on my face. And even for somebody with dry skin, not okay, can't do it, not a thing. I do a second wash after that with a different cleanser. It gets rid of those excess oils, and it helps take away any of that extra little leftover makeup, and then my skin feels clean and like there's nothing left in there or anything like that. I hate when you wash your face and it still feels like you have stuff just like stuck there, right? You gotta get rid of all of it. I cannot leave my makeup on overnight or my face just like... The next thing that I do want to talk about is the Midnight Recovery Eye Cream. This shit is crazy. So if you are a dark bag kind of person, which I'm not so much, I'm more of a sensitive dry under eye kind of gal. I do have the avocado one as well. I just ran out of it, but I threw the container out, so I do want to talk about that one as well. This one is great. It is more for if you have dark circles under your eyes, which I don't really have. That's not too much of a problem for me like it is for a couple like people out there. I personally do prefer the avocado one just because it is more moisturizing and stuff like that. But this one, the Midnight Recovery Eye, is also incredible. The whole Midnight Recovery line. And the other thing that I do want to talk about is this mask. I am a sucker for a mask. I love masks. I love sheet masks. I love masks like this. I want to just douse my face in them all the time, but this Kiehl's one is really taking the cake for me. The Glam Glow one, the purple one for firming and things like that, is also awesome. I don't dislike it by any means whatsoever. Okay, good. You are supposed to leave this one on overnight. I wasn't sure there for a minute. I was like, oh god, I leave it on overnight, but I don't know if you're supposed to do that. So yeah, this is the Ginger Leaf and Hibiscus Firming Mask. It is an overnight mask, which it actually does say right there, so I should just use my eyeballs sometimes. It's great. It has like this very, like, it does smell like ginger and hibiscus, but it's subtle. It's not like an overpowering kind of scent to it. In conjunction with the Origins High Potency Mask, the Nitamins one, I love the two of these together. I love what they're doing for my skin. I think that my skin is looking great. Really, really great. Really happy with it, and I'm just gonna pretend that that's what's doing it. Now this one is not really new to me. I have been using this for like the last year. It has been significantly helping with my skincare. I cannot believe it. I have gone through 2 or 3 bottles of this. This is the Kate Somerville Eradicate. Now, you guys don't know me. I have struggled with acne since I was like 12 years old. It was always such a struggle. I would go to the drugstore, I would buy everything, like anything and everything to help with acne. I was on prescription meds, I had topical creams, I had like everything you can imagine to help me with my acne. And what I didn't know at the time was that the reason that I was getting so much acne was hormonal reasons, because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that was what was going on. I also had sensitive, extra dry skin. So when I was using products that were acne oriented, they dry out your skin even more. They're trying to like zap out the acne and stuff like that. So it was actually making it worse. The drier my skin gets, the more irritated it is, which causes more breakouts, which on top of it all, it is just a whole thing. So the first thing I had to do was I had to get my hormones and all of that kind of a little bit more under control. Just for your reference, the easiest way about doing that was I needed to go onto birth control. I needed to go onto a very specific birth control. And then on top of it, I focused more on sensitivity, on the sensitive skin, on sensitive skin products, on really, really deep hydration as well. And then I would use this for spot treatment. This is incredible. I will, if I see something coming in, I will use this, and it was gone within no time at all, or put it on overnight or whatever. Or if I have one that's really, really bad, which rarely happens anymore, which is like, knock on all the wood in the world, amazing, but this shit saved my life. I cannot get over it. It is so freaking good. I need to buy more. This one is like literally empty. I have used it to its complete entirety. I am so sad because I don't live, like the closest Sephora is like an hour away, so I'm just like, oh god, okay. But yeah, I definitely need to order more of it. I need to get it, I should probably get backups, to be completely honest, because I go through, oh my god, I love it. So the worst case scenario is if I have a really, really bad one, it gets rid of it like 2 days. 2 days! It's insane. I've never had anything like that in my life. Like, I've struggled so hard that now that I found this, I just want to like shove it down everyone's throat. Like, you need to try this, you need to use it. You have a pimple, I'm here for you, I've got this. Like, just let me shove it all over your face and you'll be fine. Next would be Cover FX Blurring Primer. Now, I definitely on like an everyday sort of spectrum use my Smashbox Primerizer. That is my go-to, or my Glossier one. My Glossier and the Primerizer. Those are my two like holy grails. They are my all-time faves, but I kind of rediscovered this one, and I did find that for a bit there that some of my pores around just right in here, in this specific area, that's pretty much actually the only place that I really get pores. It's the bonus of having dry skin. Your whole face is like and whatnot. So, but when I was having some of those moments where it was a little bit too hectic, I actually really did like this one. I didn't feel like it clogged my pores at all during the day, and it just made my makeup look a little bit better when I was struggling for a little bit there with it. But since then, haven't had really too much issue. I don't use this on the regular. I just use it when I find that I'm struggling a little bit with some of my pores, or maybe I want to have like a thicker layer over a spot or something like that if I really want to cover it up. That's a thing, but this one's really great, and like I said, so it's a blurring primer from Cover FX. Now, as far as foundation goes, I have been loving Lancome lately. In general, actually, Lancome has really just been kind of snuck up on me a few months ago as a brand that I kind of associated more with like my mom. Like, not to be rude, but at the time, I kind of was just like, yeah, it's more of just a little bit of like a brand for maybe some older women, which I'm completely wrong about, 110% completely wrong. Their matte shakers are my favorite lipsticks of all time, hands down. I love nothing more. I have all of them sitting on my desk right here in order. I have like 6 of them. I freaking love them. I do have a full size of this, the L'Absolu Lacquer is one of the most beautiful types of like liquid lipsticks I've ever used. They are killing it in the lipstick region. Like, I'm obsessed. They're so good. So when I heard that the Lancome Skin Feels Good, this is a hydrating skin tint, which to me just sounds like a tinted moisturizer, but whatever. It has like light to medium coverage. You could definitely build it up a bit. It has this like buttery, amazing feeling to it, this consistency. I am wearing it on my face today. It is just so nice. My skin feels so soft when I'm applying it. It's beautiful, and it blends really effortlessly. Like, it doesn't take a lot to blend it out, and it just looks so smoothing and has this really radiant, beautiful effect to the skin. This is like one of my new like holy grail, absolutely favorite foundations ever. So good, so freaking good. I just love it. So this is a bit of a newer concealer for me, and I really, really like it. I do have other concealers that are, again, like my holy grail kind of ones. The NARS Soft Matte Concealer, hands down, most amazing concealer. I thought that for having dry skin, a matte concealer would never, it just looks, it looks like skin. Like, you know, the soft matte, when you put it on, it's just like, oh, here's an extra layer of your own skin, and you're like, cool, like, thank you. And then for my under eyes, because they're so dry, I love the Glossier, the Glossier Stretch Concealer. It is not a high coverage concealer. It is just like kind of tinted, and I am wearing it under my eyes today. And again, it just keeps my under eyes a little bit more on the hydrated side, which I really appreciated. This RMS Beauty one, this is the shade 22, which I think is like the second or third lightest. It is more of like my actual skin color, so I don't use it for highlighting or anything. I definitely buy the other two concealers in a more of a skin kind of color, and then a little bit of a lighter color for like under my eyes or highlighting or whatever. Or for mixing, if I'm between shades, I can take my lighter and my darker one and mix them together. It's great. But this is, yeah, this is the RMS Beauty, and I would say consistency-wise, it is very similar to the Stretch Concealer, but not as light, not as like slick almost. It has just like a little bit more to it, but it is definitely more of like a hydrating, slightly fuller coverage than that Glossier one. It is a little bit on the pricey side, but I really wanted it because, and I definitely do have a couple of more affordable or drugstore brands in here. So the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, I have this in multiple colors, but I finally found the darkest one, which in some previous videos I have talked about before. I did have, there's like the 901, 902, 903, and 904. Obviously, this is the 904, this is the darkest one. I have the 903 as well, which is almost exactly like my skin color. So on someone with a deeper skin tone, it would obviously be a highlight. For me, I mix it in with my foundation, and it just kind of gives my foundation more luminosity. So I love that. I haven't even bothered with the lighter ones. It will be something I will be investing in the future, but for now, I had a hard time finding the darkest one in stores, and finally did. And it is, I swear to God, it is like a perfect match for the Cover FX. And I have talked about it before, very briefly, just touched on it in other videos, but for the custom enhancer drops, I would say it's pretty much an exact match for the Candlelight, which is like the dark one. So when I want to add maybe a little bit of like a tan kind of warmth to my face, I'll put a little bit of this in with either primer, my moisturizer, both, my foundation, doesn't matter. I'll mix it in with anything, and it's beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. So freaking good. Huge product, comes with way more product. This has 1.35 ounces in it, and this has 0.5. And it's for sale at Shoppers. Shoppers always has sales. I don't know about anywhere else in like the US or whatever. I'm sure it's cheap there, but yeah, they're so freaking affordable. So this one is a bit of a rediscovery for me. This is the RCMA powder. It does listed as a no color powder. It obviously does look very white on my skin tone. Like, it doesn't leave any color or anything like that. It's like a translucent powder. I don't know about on really deep skin tones, but this is actually like a special effects makeup. You can buy these at special effects stores or on Amazon or whatever, but that's usually who sells it. So people who work in like showbiz. And it's amazing because it's like 20 something dollars maybe. It comes with 3 ounces of product in it. And if you want your makeup to stay on all day, and you want that like powder that is just gonna help lock everything in, 100% this powder is insane. The only negative side to it is that the packaging sucks. It is really messy. It has like this top lid, stuff comes out of it. I'll buy like a little container or something like that from the dollar store and just put some of the powder in there and use that, just because it's a little bit cleaner. Other than that, if you can just get past that and you put it into a different container or something like that, or if you just don't care that it's messy, then this is amazing. Super affordable, great quality, love it, such a good product, and I have been using it a lot more lately, and thoroughly enjoying it. I've been really into some of the NARS stuff lately. So they do have their liquid blushes, which are fun for me when I'm having more of my dry skin days. I really like it. This one is in the shade Orgasm, which is like their most notorious one. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I do also really, really like the Glossier Cloud Paints. They're great as well. I think a little bit more on the affordable side, especially because sometimes you can buy them in duos, which is what I did, and save a bit of money. They're really big into like, here, if you buy 2 of them, we'll give you a discount or whatever. So that is an alternative. Also, the Glossier ones did just come out with a few new shades, I believe, which I want to get my hands on. So that's sweet. I think they came out with like an even deeper one for deep skin tones, which is sick. Love that. But special shout out. This one's great. It comes out like really weird and oily. Just like make sure that you shake it first before you use it, and it's all good in the hood. And then also I have the blush in the shade Luster, which is nice, kind of peachy. I'm not wearing it today, but it is peachy. It has a little bit of like a golden sort of blended in, beautiful, subtle, gorgeous. Love it. Such a beautiful one. It's especially nice like in the summertime when you have a little bit of tan going on and you're like, she's peachy. There are similar or like more affordable products or whatever. For example, I just have this sitting on my desk right now. It's not actually supposed to be part of it, but this one, the Tarte Double Duty Beauty, has 3 blushes in it. Super awesome, great. I believe it was on sale. I can't imagine why that wouldn't have done well because it's a really nice product. They're not super pigmented, so if you're somebody that is like scared of blush or you feel like you use too much blush, you can like dig it in and you can put it on and go, oh no, and then take a clean brush and kind of brush it away and it'll be fine. Like I am wearing actually that today and I had to, and you have to build it up. I notoriously am too heavy-handed when it comes to blush, so when I have one that's super pigmented, I get it, I get why, and I know that I need to correct myself and everything, but if I'm being mindless and I just accidentally, I'll just put like a big giant streak of way too much blush on, like just, and it's not the cutest, it's not my best look, not my best moment. I'm not really proud of myself in those moments, but we are here to learn, so it's fine. And this is another rediscovery for me, is this Fenty Beauty Matchstick. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, the matchsticks. This is in the shade Amber. This is the one that I use for contour. I know I've heard so many freaking mixed reviews about these. Did originally buy it in the trio that it came with. It came with like a really light one and then a highlight one and whatever, and I absolutely did not. This was like one of the first products I ever used when I was learning how to contour. I bought the Kat Von D palette, and then I also wanted to try like a cream one, and I bought this one because it just came out. I was really excited about Fenty Beauty. I wanted to give it a try. I did end up returning the trio because as a concealer or as a highlight, I don't know if it was just like maybe the color or what it was. The highlight one too was not a great color for me personally. I would have had to have bought them individually or something, but this one, oh my god, I love this. This is amazing. It is my perfect contour shade, and I know I've heard quite a few people say that they have a hard time blending them out. Not a problem for me personally, never struggled with it. I always use like this brush with it in particular. This is just an e.l.f. brush. It's the e.l.f. contouring brush. Super cheap, super easy to use, and blends out like a dream. Love it, live it. Great product. I do have other contouring products. I have this one, the Anastasia Stick Foundation, but this one is in the shade Fawn, and that is also a great contour one. Similar color, as well as the Maybelline Contour Stick. It's like a double-sided stick. Don't really use the highlight on it, but the contour side on it is great. It's a little bit more affordable, and you can find that one on sale, but nonetheless, this one, rediscovering, really liking it, enjoying it a lot. Really happy to be using it again. Especially because I paid money for it. You know that feel? For highlighters, I definitely talk about ColourPop a lot. I think it's a great, affordable, amazing quality company. I love Kathleen Light. She's one of the first YouTubers that in the beauty community at least, that I started watching. I just loved her so much. We have the same kind of skin issues. She really helped me with figuring out how to tame some of my skin, which is a huge reason for why when I was starting a YouTube channel, I kind of leaned more towards beauty, because I just felt really, really good after watching some of these, and I wanted to kind of maybe contribute some of the same concept to people. But either way, this one is part of her new collection for the Zodiac palette. Is called On the Cusp, and it is a highlight. Sorry, it has like a little crack in it, but whatever. And it is beautiful. All of the ColourPop highlights, oh my gosh, the Super Shock cheeks are just mind-blowing. Some of the most incredible highlighters you're ever gonna use. Just freaking amazing. Amazing. They're creamy. They are pressed. They're definitely pressed, but when you touch them, they're like buttery, and they just glide on, and they just have this beautiful kind of buttery feel to them. They are not chunky. They're really smooth. Some of them are very blinding. Some of them are a little more natural. They have really dark, deep colors as well. For those of you with deep skin tones, they're very inclusive. I just love them. They're such a good company. Speaking of the Zodiac collection and Kathleen, I am also just gonna include this Zodiac palette, which is great. I've been having so much fun with this. I will be recording a few more looks with it. We're gonna do some maybe more crazy stuff. But yeah, either way, this is so fun. Again, if you look at this and you go, oh my God, what? If you just do this, look at that. A completely everyday wearable, easy palette, but then you got pops of fun, and I'm so excited to use it more and to play around with it. Again, ColourPop has some of the most amazing formulas, super affordable. Their stuff goes on sale all the time. Just a great company. Really, really like it. Really love this palette. I think she did a great job, and it was really, really well thought out. If you'd like to see more on the palette or the Zodiac collection in general, I do have an entire video based on it. I think it's the I Followed a Kathleen Lights tutorial or something like that, where I go and I use a bunch of the products from the collection, or all the products from the collection. Amazing. So yeah, if you want to see more on that, go look at that video. These are also from that. This is also from the Kathleen thing. These are liquid eyeshadows. I do also want to recommend or compare the Stila one as well. This is in the shade Starlight. I do have it today on my inner corner. I love this. I think it's great. I don't know if I would go out of my way to buy like all of them or anything like that for this, just because of the price point, but a very subtle, almost skin toned, like highlighted gold is just something I personally would get a lot of use out of, so I chose this color. It is the only one that I have. Again, I don't know if I go out of my way, but I really love it. It's a really, really great one. But these are like $8 and amazing, like absolutely amazing. She finally came out with them with like this champagne one that isn't too like duochromed or anything. Like it doesn't have like green or blue or whatever other colors into it. It is a fairly true to self champagne color, which was a little bit of a hindrance for me before with the other ones that I have. Not that they're not great, I do love them, I use them and everything, but these are a little bit more friendly and wearable. Same with this gold one. There are similar colors in the other ones, but again, duochromed. They have like blue, green, purple, red, yellow, whatever other colors mixed into them that give like reflection off, whereas these ones are pretty true to self. So a nice gold from a blue eyes and a champagne. These two colors, I love them. I'm so happy about them. They blend nicely, they don't dry too quickly, so you can work with them a little bit. I think that they're great and I love them. I also want to give another shout out to the palette that I actually used on my eyes for this look. Again, if you want to see how I did this look, check the other video out, but I did just want to get my fall favorites out of the way, even though I am staring at about 2 feet of snow outside right now. It's insane. Mountain life. But the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, an amazing, amazing palette. I love it so much. It's so great. It's so versatile. I can't get enough of it. Like, I absolutely love it. If you are a one palette person and you want something that's gonna have really good quality, blend really well, great selection of colors, like a multitude, it's got a highlight, it's got a black in it, and it's got pretty much everything in between, then like, amazing. I get like really genuinely such a good palette. I really love it. You know, ColourPop has similar ones that are again really great quality if you are looking for something maybe a little bit more on the affordable side, or if you can afford to splurge. I know that the Fenty Beauty Moroccan palette is also an incredibly similar one. It's just a little bit more expensive, and I think that it has maybe not as many shadows in it. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. The actual aesthetic, though, of how it looks, the packaging on it and everything, so beautiful. So if that's a thing for you, I personally I chose this one. I don't know why, no rhyme or reason. I just liked that it had so many options in it, and I really like Urban Decay shadows, so that's what I went with, and it's a great palette. It's the the look that I'm wearing today is from this palette as well. Now for mascara, this one is my holy grail pile. I have not found another mascara that I love more than the Lancome Monsieur Big. It is just mind-blowing. I love the way that it makes my lashes look. It gives me a volume that I've never had before because I have very short, sparse, very unimpressive lashes. I'm not very blessed in the lash department, but either way, this one does give me pretty much everything I'm looking for. It does lengthen a little bit, not overly. I haven't really ever found a mascara that lengthened my lashes so much that I was like, wow, I look like a normal person now. So I don't know, but this one just amazing, blows me away. I love the volume that it gives to me and really kind of fills up my lashes a lot, and I just love it. It doesn't clump. I don't get flecks of everything everywhere with this. It's so great. There is another mascara out there that I would probably try next, which is the NARS Climax. I've heard so many amazing things about that one and how very similar in style they kind of are, so that would be another one that I think that I would feel comfortable recommending, having never tried it, just based on everything else that I've heard about it. But yeah, I definitely, I don't know, I might be a lifer with this one though. This one is just, wow, just so good. So good. Another special shout out, like I said, the matte shakers from Lancome as well. I have so many of them. Some, like by far, my absolute all-time favorite lip products. I love how amazing they feel, easy to glide on, the color selection is great. I'm obsessed with them. I want like every single one. That's how much I love these things. I just think they're freaking amazing. But if you want something a little bit more affordable, then I'm gonna go with these. These are the ColourPop Blotted Lips. They're liquid lipsticks, they're mattes and everything like that. All of their liquid lipsticks, all of their lipsticks in general, because I also have these ones, the Luxe lipsticks, which I will talk about in a second, but they have their lippy sticks, their lip liners, honestly, ColourPop all around. I think the only thing I've ever not really loved from them is the foundation. Didn't suit my skin type, and it looked not so great on my skin, but literally every other product I've tried from them, which is most of them, I have been completely in love with, and again, they're so freaking affordable. So these I think I bought for like $4 because I think they're regularly like $8 and they were half price or something like that, or like buy one get one or whatever. They do stuff like that all the time. So if you want affordable but amazing lipsticks, and they come in so many different styles, like I said, they have metallics, they have the blotted lips where you can pile it on and then kind of rub it out a little bit or blend your lips together, and it looks like you just, like, it looks so natural. It looks like just, oh, I just have a little bit of something, and but it stays, you know. It's not like a gloss that stays without, like, and will rub off or come off or anything like that. Like, I just love the formula for the blotted lips in particular. They just really suit my style, and my style is, I don't wear a full lip like this too often, so when I want something more natural looking for my everyday or whatever, then this is it. I love these. I have so many of them. These are just some that I had. These are some of my favorite colors, but I have a ton of them. They're just over there. But yeah, some of my favorite colors are Double Scoop, Zuma, and Doozy, and they're kind of like pinky neutral. This one looks a little bit more intense on the camera, but on it's not too overwhelming. It's maybe a little bit more summery, but other than that, yeah, they have mattes, metallics, blotted lips, regular liquid lip, and glosses. They have like everything, and they're all so good. These are the Luxe lipsticks. They came out with the Luxe ones, which again are like $6, and they're some of the best quality lipsticks I've ever used, like just in general. Not like it is what I'm wearing today. I am wearing Liquid Courage on my lips today, just for anybody's reference. More of my kind of everyday ones. My almost perfect lip color actual one is Uno Mas. Uno Mas. It is maybe a little bit more on the kind of peachy tone than my actual lip, but if I just put a little bit of it on, it's really nice. And then this one is the Dream Easy. It's kind of like a muted red, a little bit more pastel-y kind of a red. Does that make sense? It's really beautiful. Dream Easy is a beautiful color. I really like it. Depending on how tanned I am, my favorites do kind of mix up a little bit, but those two are typically my kind of go-to colors that I will wear. And for setting spray, I did want to just point out the Morphe setting spray. There are other mists and stuff out there. This one's pretty affordable and that's great, but the actual like continuous mist, I don't have to squirt it. I just hold it down and spray it and it just keeps going, and it's such a fine mist that 100%, this is like an amazing product and I love it and I will be repurchasing it. It's an amazing one. It's just like, oh, it's such a fine mist. You just, oh. I hate when you use a spray and it has like big drops that come and just shoot out at your face, and then it kind of fucks up your makeup. And you're like, cool, I'm glad I just spent, I don't know, an hour, 3 hours, 10 minutes, whatever, it doesn't matter, doing it. You spent time doing it, and when something like that happens at the very last step, you're just like. And last but not least, I did want to include a perfume. I'm not a huge perfume person just because I kind of have like a sensitive nose, and I find that sometimes I get kind of headachy depending on what the perfume is. If there's any perfume connoisseurs out there and you want to explain to me why that happens or whatever, then that's great. But this one in particular is the replica. It is very expensive. It's a pretty expensive bottle. You know, not this. This was moderate, but like the full bottle I think is like over $100, and I was just like, nah. So I just bought the little roller, considering I bought this probably like 4 months ago, and that's how much I've used of it. I use like tap, and then I rub it together and I put it here, and that's how I wear my my perfumes and whatnot. I do have another one as well, which is also really great. I mean, I love the replica one even more, but I also have one from Commodity. It is the Rain, and it legitimately smells like what you want beautiful rain to smell like. It's like that scent, it's just nice. But this replica one is called Lazy Sunday Morning. They do have other ones that I also absolutely love and adore. They are so great, but this is the one that came in the mini, and I don't regret it by any means whatsoever. I really like this. And it's, again, it's such a, like, it honestly, when you read it and you're like, Lazy Sunday Morning, okay, whatever, and then you spray it or you put it on and you smell it and you're like, oh, that's what a lazy Sunday morning smells like. Like, I just picture, like, I picture like a cooler spring, or like a winter morning or something like that, where, you know, you're laying in bed and you don't want to get out of bed, and the air just smells really nice around you, and there's like a little bit of warmth and stuff from your house, and you're just like, oh, the sun is shining in the window and whatever. Like, this is just like, just chilling in your bed in the morning. Like, that's what I picture when I smell this. And it's crazy. I'm sure that this is just excellent marketing, but that has put that image into my head from calling it that, but that is legitimately, it's a perfect name for it. It's so nice and I really like it. Anyway guys, so that is what I am enjoying currently for my fall favorites, my September favorites kind of thing. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to let you know when I post a new video. And thanks a lot. Thanks for coming back to my channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video, alright? Bye!